Hey guys, so I finally rode up to the top of Brown Mountain. It's probably been a couple of weeks since I've been up here. I just been riding halfway up and doing El Prieto as usual. And wanted to give you an update on my Onyx hub. That's the Onyx Classic single speed version, laced up to those Stans Baron carbon rims, CB7 rims, with the with that Maxxis Recon. That's been holding up pretty good. I have to give it to that. Of course, I have the Cushcore in there, and as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Cushcore, and all my bikes have Cushcore, at least in the back tire, sometimes back and front. Matter of fact, I just rode my gravel bike with Cushcore in the front, and I really like that. So I wanted to give you an update on that, and I also wanted to give you an update on my Apple Watch, using the Apple Watch for cycling. You can see Siri's listening to me. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the Apple Watch as a fitness watch or a cycling watch. And I think of it like this. I mean, you guys that are watching my channel are probably a little bit more into mountain biking or gravel biking than your coworkers and your friends and relatives that think of buying a bicycle, riding a bicycle as just, let's go get a bike at Walmart, or let's just get something at the bike shop. They're all pretty good. They don't really think about the components and whether it's Shimano or SRAM or hydraulic disc brakes or cable or anything like that, the length of the stem, the width of the handlebars. Maybe they'll go into it a little bit more, but for the most part, most people think of cycling in the generic fashion, if you will. So I'm just saying that the Apple Watch is like a fitness watch in a generic fashion. It's definitely nothing like the Garmin. Even this inexpensive Garmin Edge 130 is really nice, has a lot of data. Or Polar, this is the Polar Vantage V2, but even the Polar Vantage V1 or the M1, the less expensive ones, have tons more information, tons more features, and some of the basic stuff that you would think that any type of, like if you were tracking yourself for cycling and fitness, the Apple Watch doesn't even give you a total distance. So if you scroll through the screens, and you could pick out the different dashboards and screens that you want to display, there's not a screen that shows just distance. It shows altitude, and I got to flip it around and show it to you. It's kind of hard to hold my phone and show it to you, but it doesn't show you just, it shows you split times or segments. If you don't tap any additional segments, then that segment is the distance, but it doesn't say distance, it says segment. So that's kind of annoying. I'm used to a feature where, like this one, it's going to show my heart rate. I chose all these different dashboards on this one. So that one is showing heart rate and heart rate average. I have this dashboard's focused on the heart rate, and then it has battery at the bottom. But even if I go to some of the other ones, if I could push this, this one's focused on speed and heart rate zone, and heart rate. This one is a map. Like I said, this thing has a lot of stuff. This is your grit and your flow score, which is Garmin's own rating for cycling, just to kind of give you a cycle rating. This is your altitude, shows you the feet that you've climbed, the total feet where you're at, with a little altitude looking meter there. And then again, this is heart rate max, heart rate average, and speed. And that's the same screen. And you can add, I think about 10 different screens on that. And then you could segment out the dashboard into I think that goes up to 8 data fields, or maybe 6 on that one, 8 on my Edge 530. So this is you're gonna have other screens on your Apple Watch, and you can play around and move stuff around and ask it to track heart rate zones and stuff like that. But for some reason, it doesn't do distance. So I think that's kind of a fail. But then it's just, they have a different way of thinking about fitness tracking as opposed to what we're used to in the Garmin and Polar and Coros and Suunto and those worlds of fitness watches that we're used to. Apple's just taking a different approach because they're Apple. And I mean, you love it or leave it. It works. Now it's got some intuitive stuff too, and it does do the audibles. I really like the audibles. It'll tell you when you're in the zone, out of the zone, below the zone. So those things are nice, and you could hook it up directly to your headphones. So the audible is just going to your ears, and it's not audible right off the watch. You could put music on it. Of course, you could do music on your Garmin watches too. So there are some cool features to it, but it's, like I said, it's a generic version of a sports watch as opposed to a real sports enthusiast type of fitness watch. Just like I said, with people with bikes. You ask any of your coworkers about an Onyx Hub, they're probably not going to know what you're talking about. Or Chris King, maybe they'll know about Chris King. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I don't want to make this a rant, but I'm just saying that don't get your hopes up with your Apple Watch and think that it's going to be a replacement for a quality sports tracking watch, because it's not. And that's just my honest opinion. Talk to you guys later.